Well, I think it's going to be difficult because both parties have established positions, and it's unlikely that they would give in to one another. Although I have to say that from historical perspective, in the past, in the 1980s especially, when the Japanese went and they had a trade war with the United States, small little ones throughout the decade, it was the Japanese that was doing most of the caving into the US. But in this instance, I think it's going to be difficult because Prime Minister Abe is very reliant on not having to give in to the US this time around for his own upcoming elections.
So this becomes very political.
Yes.
Understood there. So aside from autos and the tariffs, which we can get back to, I mean, broadly, what the two sides are looking for, the U.S. wants to try and push a two-way, a bilateral FTA, and at least at this juncture, that is the last thing that Japan wants.
Yes. Well, this is a long-running thing with the Americans.
Yeah.
So the Americans have been trying to get the Japanese to buy more products from the U.S. in certain sectors, and the Japanese have always been very keen to protect those sectors. And one of these sectors is actually the agriculture sectors.
Oh, yeah. Sacred cows.
So well, right now, I think, and especially, like I said, this is linked to the elections, and so. Traditionally, the rural areas have been the bastion, stronghold of the Liberal Democratic Party in Japan, and so it's really up to the LDP to protect the farmers. So I don't see how Prime Minister Abe would actually give in to President Trump, particularly on the FTA, because the FTA then it means that the Japanese will actually have to buy more of American agricultural products.
Indeed. In fact, conversely, what I think Abe would prefer is to drag the U.S. back into some of TPP, right? But that's unlikely to happen.
That's unlikely because if you're dealing with a power on a bilateral basis, usually the bigger power actually has more advantage. So in the past, it's like the ASEAN countries dealing with China. China would prefer to deal with the ASEAN countries on a bilateral basis because China is very big and the ASEAN countries on individual basis are small. And this actually...
divide and conquer?
Sorry?
Is this a divide and conquer, a modern trade version of that?
Well, it's just, kind of, Yeah, because if you deal with grouping, it's actually harder.
Indeed, strength in numbers. So back to the auto tariffs. What are the chances Japan can get the U.S. to hold off on 25% tariffs on Japanese autos? I mean, they're supposed to be allies, right? And the 232 tariffs on steel and aluminum, they didn't get any concessions on that.
It was a big slap, actually.
Yeah.
This follows on from the Kim-Trump summit, and actually the Americans did not actually quite inform of the Japanese of their, their desire to reach out to the North Koreans. So this actually is not something that I think the Japanese will give in easily. Although I have to say, because of Americans' trade war with China, the Japanese might be forced to take a political position. So they might concede a little, but not a lot. I think at the end, it might go this way.
Wow, concede a little, not a lot. On what, though, specifically, do you think?
I think some of the tariffs, like the numbers, might say, it's a face-saving gesture for Trump and also for Prime Minister Abe in the name of the unity of the alliance.
Hey everybody, it's Hadley Gamble from our new CNBC Middle East Bureau in Abu Dhabi. Thanks for stopping by. Now to watch more, you can try one of the videos that just popped up on your screen. And don't forget to subscribe.